everyone, today I'm going to be swatching the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette. I bought this palette when it launched, but unfortunately there was an issue with my order, so I only just now got it. But I decided I still wanted to do swatches, and I'm really excited. I actually am hyped for the color story. It's nice and fun, so if you want to see swatches of this beautiful palette, just keep watching. Now that you guys have seen the swatches of this palette, let's talk about it. This palette retails for $17 US. You get 16 shades. 8 of those are shimmery metallics. Luckily, there are no like sequin or like satin shades in this palette. They're all either very matte or very metallic, which I love. I hate shadows that are just satiny. I want either metallic or matte, not in between. The palette doesn't come with a mirror. It comes with artwork. I mean, I think they could have easily put a little mirror in there and still kept the artwork, but that's just my opinion. I always prefer a palette to have a mirror versus not having one. That being said, the back of the palette looks like this. It has the ingredients all listed and then like a little intro to the palette. It is Leaping Bunny certified and vegan. That is something that BH Cosmetics has been doing for 2021. All of their launches are apparently vegan, so that's good. What really called me to this palette is the fact that the majority, literally every shade except for one, is a colorful shade. Everything in this palette has color to it. Like, there is this brown shade, but besides that, everything is colorful. Obviously the white, but, you know. I'm just really happy about it. I saw this and it's like, it's pastels, but it's also bright shades, which I love me some good pastels, and I love me some good mattes and bright shades and amazing shimmers. The shimmers in this palette feel so buttery and so good. I am pleasantly surprised, and I also really enjoy this color story. I do really like the color variation. Usually I'm very strict when it comes to more eyeshadows being matte than metallic, but these metallics are so amazing. I think that there is a good variety of mattes and metallics, so I also really enjoy just the colors in this palette, this color story. The formula feels so good. Obviously, we know swatches don't dictate how eyeshadows work in the eyes, but still, just by swatching them, I know that these will perform well. This is probably one of the better formulas BH Cosmetics has released. They've been really hitting the mark lately with their eyeshadow formulas, so I'm very pleased that this palette is another one of the wins. Sometimes BH Cosmetics was a little hit or miss, but they're getting so much better, so I can't wait to see what else in 2021 they come out with. The most intense shade in this palette is Sunset Boulevard. It is this insanely pigmented, metallic-y, like orangey, reddy pink. It is so stunning. I honestly can't wait to do like an orangey peachy look with that metallic all over the lid. I feel like that is just absolutely stunning. Honestly, all the shimmers in here are super duper good. I'm very impressed. Like, look at this olivey, like yellowy green. They're all so good. The only shade I'm not the biggest fan of is the yellow. I just feel like they could have added a different shade, but besides that, formula-wise, it's the same as everything else. Some of the shades, like the shade City of Angels and Melrose, they're a bit more on the chunky side, so you kind of have to blend it out a bit, but besides that, very nice. All of the mattes are incredibly pigmented. I didn't have any issues with building any of them up, which is really awesome considering some of them are more on the pastel side. Didn't have any issues at all with the pastels. Usually they can be a little bit chalky depending on the formula, but this formula was amazing. I didn't have any issues at all. All of the bright shades were very bright and vibrant. I didn't have to build them up either, and the brown is like a nice brown, very, very good formula-wise. So I am pleasantly really surprised with how much I'm in love with this palette. I definitely think if I had to choose some favorites, 90210 is a beautiful bubblegum pastel pink. As for the shimmers, Rodeo Drive, Sunset Boulevard are probably my two favorite shimmers in this palette. They're just absolutely stunning. And the shade Dreamer is probably my favorite matte. It's just this really, really pretty pastel matte green. It definitely comes across darker without flash than it is in real life. With flash, it's a little bit more true to how it actually applies. It's definitely more of a pastel light green. I'm very, very intrigued by it. Let me know down below what your favorite shades from this palette are, and also let me know what color combinations you'd like to see me do looks with. I do plan on doing a couple looks with this palette because I'm just raring for it. I literally have so many palettes that I need to try. It's kind of insane. I literally had like 2 weeks where I didn't get mail, and then 1 week where it was just palette after palette, and I'm a little behind, but that's okay. I don't have a ton of palettes coming now, so it should be fine. I should have time and hopefully the energy to try them all out. I'm very excited to try this one out. It's just so pretty. I love the color story. It's fun. It's vibrant, pastel. Like, if you know me, you know I love pastel eyeshadows. You know I love bright eyeshadows. And a palette like this is just so up my alley, honestly. After I ordered it, I kind of regretted it a bit because I was like, did I really need this palette? Like, it wasn't expensive. I had a gift card, so I used my gift card, and, you know, but I was still like, you know, did I need it? I have so many palettes coming, and I'm so glad I picked this palette up. Like I said in the beginning, I did have issues with my order. It said it shipped on the 14th of January, and it's what, the 26th today, and that's when I received it. And I paid for express shipping, so they did refund me for the express shipping that I paid, so that's good. But my order was literally missing for 2 weeks, but it hadn't even gotten FedEx, so I don't know what was going on there. All I know is that it was a mess, and it was kind of annoying because I wanted to get this video out ASAP. That's why I paid for express shipping, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, there's hiccups along the way, but I'm happy it's here. I'm happy I got to try it because I'm really, really excited to, like, smother these all over my eyes. This is such, like, an intriguing palette for me. It gives me so many ideas because, like, I could do, like, a peachy look. I could do a pink look. I could do, like, a purpley look. I could do a green look. I could do a blue look. Like, I got so many options. And if you do, like, natural eyeshadows, you do have a brown. So if you wanted to do, like, color and then just like do some natural like brown, blow it out on the like lower lash line or something, you could. I definitely don't think this palette is for someone who doesn't like color because you literally only have color. Like, yes, some of the shades are pastel, but still, like, this is majority a palette of colors. So if you don't like color, you probably wouldn't like this, but if you're like me and you love color and pastels, you would probably be in love with this. I do think, though, that the issue with a palette like this is there's nothing to deepen the shades, so you're stuck with the color story you have presented. Obviously, you could always bring in, like, a black eyeshadow or other eyeshadows from different palettes, so that's always fine. But if you didn't want to do that, you just wanted to use one palette, you are stuck with these tones. Being stuck with tones isn't bad at all. I personally like this palette, and I don't think I need darker shades. That being said, Rodeo Drive is such like an olivey yellowy color. It is pretty dark, so I just wouldn't feel like I'd have anything to like blend out in the crease with it, so I don't really know. I feel like I would have to bring in another eyeshadow from a different palette to use with that one, but that being said, you could just use colors from this palette. I just do think that some people will be wary of the fact that there aren't darker shades in this palette, but I just thought I'd mention that. Overall, pleasantly surprised by this palette. I think it's absolutely stunning. It's swatched amazing, and I really have no issues with it whatsoever. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you subscribe, comment down below any videos you'd like to see me do. Go follow my Instagram and TikTok, Makeup by Tasha XO, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.